You know that dream you have for your pond, right? That vision of a beautiful, crystal clear oasis just teeming with happy, healthy fish. But, well, you probably also know the reality, that constant, frustrating battle against green, murky water. So let's dive into what real pond owners, people just like you, are saying about a solution that they swear actually works.
Does this look familiar? That sinking feeling when you wake up and find your beautiful pond has turned into a green mess overnight. It's a struggle that chokes out oxygen for your fish, clogs up all your filters, and let's be honest, it's just plain ugly. If you're fighting this fight, trust me, you are not alone.
And the frustration, it is so real. I mean, get this. One owner, Marisa, actually had to tape a toilet bowl brush to a stake just to pull out these massive clumps of string algae. A toilet bowl brush. That is a level of desperation that I think every pond owner can understand. That feeling of, I will try anything to get my pond back. And, that really brings us to the heart of the problem. It's not just about the algae itself, is it? It's that exhausting, demoralizing cycle of failed solutions. It's that constant loop of trying one thing, then another, just hoping and praying that this time something will finally work.
Wow, this slide, it just reads like a shared diary of frustration, doesn't it? You've got Bunny, who tried everything. Barbara, who struggled with pricey algicides and UV lights. William, who spent hundreds of dollars. But the common thread through all of these is that deep sense of discouragement you feel after pouring so much time, effort, and money into things that just don't last.
So, what if we've been looking at this all wrong? What if fighting nature with more and more harsh chemicals was never going to be the answer? Let's explore a totally different way of thinking here. A method that actually works with your pond's ecosystem, not against it. And here's the core idea. Instead of trying to poison the algae, the Nualgi method introduces something called diatoms. Now, just think of these as the microscopic good guys. They're these tiny powerhouses that eat the exact same food that algae needs to survive. So they essentially just starve the algae out of existence, letting your pond naturally rebalance itself. The key here is it's not about killing the problem, it's about outcompeting.
Okay, but does it actually work in the real world? In a real pond? Let's put the science aside for a second and just see how this plays out for actual pond owners who are facing the exact same struggles we've been talking about.
I mean, the contrast here is just night and day. On one side, you have all the words every pond owner hates: soupy green, pea soup, algae everywhere. And on the other side, crystal clear, natural sparkling water, and, my favorite, my pond is gorgeous. Frank even says he can now see the smallest little things on the bottom of his pond. That's the kind of change we're talking about.
And this change can happen fast. This is from Frank, the guy who said he could see the bottom. He's been a pond owner for over 30 years, and he was absolutely blown away by the change he saw in just a few weeks. Now, after 3 decades of doing this, to see a remarkable positive change that quickly, that really tells you something.
And this is a perfect breakdown of what actually happens. Deborah explains it so well. The algae doesn't just, poof, vanish. It dies off because it's being starved of nutrients, and then it just settles on the bottom. So the cleanup becomes as simple as scooping it out with a net. No more toilet brushes, no more chemicals, just simple, easy removal.
Oh, and this one is a biggie. For so many owners, those UV lights are expensive to buy and a real pain to maintain. But listen to Renee. She found that with Nualgi, she doesn't even need hers anymore. Her water is crystal clear, and the best part? Happy fish? That's the ultimate goal, isn't it? A healthy, beautiful environment where your fish can really thrive.
Okay, so it works fast, that's great, but does it last? That's the million-dollar question, right? Anyone can find a quick, temporary fix, but what we all really want is a sustainable, long-term balance for our pond's ecosystem. Well, let's just look at the track record. After 2 years of using it, Bedelia says her pond is clearer than it has ever been. 3 years in, Bob still has clear water and happy fish. And Chuck, after more than 5 years, says his pond is just always clean and clear. This is not a one-season wonder, folks. This is a long-term solution. And who are these people? They're not beginners who just got lucky. We're talking about people with decades of experience keeping ponds. Daniel, 20 years. D-Mark, over 25 years. Frank, 30 years. These are seasoned hobbyists who had tried it all before they found the one thing that finally gave them consistent, lasting results. And really, it all comes down to this. Long-term use means less work and less cost. Robert B. just captures it perfectly here. The work has lessened enormously, and his overall costs have gone down. He says he's an absolute convert. That's what happens when you find something that truly consistently works. So you hear all these stories, you see all this evidence, and it all leads to one place. It's about finally being able to turn that frustration into satisfaction and joining this huge community of pond owners who have found that clear water they were searching for. And the path to get there is surprisingly simple. You just figure out what your pond needs, you start a very simple, regular dosing schedule, and then you just need a little bit of patience while Mother Nature does the heavy lifting and rebalances the whole ecosystem. And that final step? Well, that's the best one. You get to sit back and just enjoy the beautiful, clear, low-maintenance pond you always wanted. I think Paula's comment here just hits the nail on the head. In a world full of products that overpromise and underdeliver, she found the one that actually does what it claims. It's that kind of simple reliability that turns frustrated pond owners into huge fans. So, after hearing from all of these pond owners, people who have completely transformed their murky ponds into gorgeous, low-maintenance havens, there's really only one question left to ask. Are you ready for your own crystal clear pond?